Okie dokie, welcome back to another vintage video. I'm going to play some Combo Dredge again today. The reason being is I've enjoyed it and I think it's pretty decent. So I'm going to fluctuate between this and like the permission dredge lists in the approach to Eternal Weekend whilst I try and decide what I'm going to play. I like the Grizzlebrand Thoracle package. I think that's very good, and I want to try a Dragonlord Kolagon today as another kill condition. It might just be that two Grizzlebrands, one Thoracle is better than splitting the difference here because of the presence of One Ring. But I do wonder if the Dragonlord Dread Return can just get you a slightly faster kill. That sort of thing. Maybe that's nonsense. But I've also added a probe over a fourth Thug. We'll see how that plays out, but people seem to like it in this list because of the ability to discard on one and then dredge immediately and get some action going. So 1 Chalice, 3 postboard traps. I think 4 traps, 3 shoals is an option. And then if you look at the Steward of the Harvest or Ice Till Explorer, then maybe you can consider Grizzlebrands and Strip Mines and stuff postboard. We're just going to roll with this. This is the list I've liked. I'm going to try 1 Dragonlord Kolagon over the 2nd Grizzlebrand and 1 Cataxian Probe over the 4th Thug. So I'll see you down there for round 1. Okie dokie, so round 1 we're up against Mana Drain, who I imagine we're on like a combo mirror. Our hand's great, so we're going to keep it. I'm not sure how I'm going to play it. But Mana Drain is someone I've been talking to about exactly this list. So we're going to play a Bazaar and activate it. Both players keep 7, a clean fight. So I'm going to discard Dread Return, Grave Troll, Powder. And I assume I lead Hollow one. And maybe that's a mistake. Maybe you're supposed to lead Grief. Because if you main decks a Vigor, right, then I've just exposed my Hollow one. So what have we got here? We've got Bridge, Narc, Thug, Hollow one. I guess I just take the Hollow one. So what do I need to do? I want my graveyard over here in some sort of manner. And then we'll deal with theirs in a moment when they've made one. I'd be really excited if my neighbours didn't perform construction tasks while I'm recording. Can you guys hear that? I don't think so. Okay, so opponent discards Therapy and Thug. I'm going to just nail them upkeep, I think. So we'll go Grave Troll. This isn't very good. Stinkweed Imp. And then we'll discard these 3 guys here. And we've just got it all, I think. I didn't hit another Bazaar of Baghdad, which is a shame. So I guess I just dredge a Grave Troll. I get 2 more Narcomoebas. I can't imagine I'm losing this. I hit no good Dread Return targets. So I guess I slay for 4. So opponent falls to 16. And then my board state is going to be just ridiculous, I think, at the end of this turn. So let's Therapy you off of a Narcomoeba. I've only got 1 Poxwalker. I don't think they've got a Noxious Revival at this point, so I'm just going to name Serum Powder. How many Cabal therapies do I have? I've only got 1. So actually I need to just name Noxious so they can't counter my Dread Return. Right. So they found another Bazaar. That's awkward. So let's work this out. So what have I got? I've got 2 bridges. So I'm going to Therapy myself this time. Off of the Poxwalker. And name Golgari Grave Troll. Golgari Grave Troll is going to come into play. And then we can dread return the Grave Troll off of Pox, Narc, Narc. And we're just going to make this board as big as possible. Is there anything else I want to dread return? Grief, Shambling Shell. No, I don't think so. I think just the 10/10 is cool, and we've got two dread returns rolled up for next turn if we need. So we'll pass to opponent, and then we'll Noxious their Thug when they activate. That's quite a good board to start with. We'll Noxious this Thug in response, and this will mean that they only get one solid Bazaar activation this turn, plus a draw step. So we kind of time walk them slightly, despite them drawing that second Bazaar of Baghdad. They've still only got the Thug, so they're going to dredge 4 here, I presume. And they've found a second Thug. So they are struggling at the moment. This is their yard. They activate the second Bazaar. They dredge this Thug. They do have the Dragon Lord. They've got a bridge. They've got no creatures. So I think they had to take a single draw step there, which means they've got an out to find a hollow one. At which point their whole game comes online. But if not, oh no, they found a Narc Amoeba. Okay, so they found a Narc. That turns on this Therapy, gets them 1 bridge token. So they are dead. Not quite enough out of it, and our cheeky time walk does enough. Okay, so post board, I think my opponent's also on Ravenous Traps like me. But I am going to still entertain the idea of a leyline for game 2. Misstep's usually very good, but I'm wondering if it's not worth. The bridges are fantastic. The thugs are very good. I took out Thoracle in the mirror last time we played, and then yesterday I played a league off camera, and lost because I didn't have a Thassa's Oracle. So I'm remiss to do that again. But I need to find 6 cuts from here. No one tell Bespinoza, but I'm going to cut a Dread Return. And then Noxious is too good. Therapy is probably quite weak, but it's one of those cards that kicks you off. I don't feel great about any of this. I don't want to cut these griefs because I want to be able to interact with their traps. That's what's going on in my mind at the moment. Maybe the probe can go. Maybe I don't need to be that fast if I've got traps and stuff. What else can we cut? Okay, fine. I'll cut the griefs. I'll bring my thug back in. And I'll leave it like that. But we might get space game 3 when we cut Force of Vigor, right? If our opponent isn't on leyline, then we've got a really good... Yeah, if our opponent is not on leyline, then we've got 4 cards in our deck that we can get rid of. But it's just so risky to play no Vigors game 2 in the dark. There's the Ravenous Trap. So far, no leyline. We've got Bazaar with Vigor anyway. 2 Bazaars. Do we want to play... Oh god, because I can put this Vigor back and then my hand's really good. I mean, if I've respected Vigor now, then I should probably continue to do so. Respected leyline. Yeah, no, they don't have it. I don't think they've got it in their deck. Obviously, we're going to see a few more cards. They start off with a Bazaar of Baghdad activation, which you would expect. They've got Icarid Stinkweed Thug, so that's a very nice start for them. 5 cards in hand. We get a 3rd hollow one. Would love a grief, man. So let's go Icarid, Vigor, Thug. And then we go hollow one. Hollow one. Hollow one. You'll go. So obviously this would be a fantastic start most of the time. Our opponent does have the Vigors in their deck as well, so they didn't feel like they could come off of it. But I am going to probably come off Vigors game 2, game 3 if we get to a game 3. But my board's pretty good, but obviously the combo versions can go a little bit hammy. It just brings it back. Just brings it back, takes the slow draw. What does that mean for the home team? Dread return therapy, bridge from below. They found the bridge. They might just therapy me in the dark here, aim to hit my Noxious. At which point I will put bridge from below and Icarid back on top of their deck, I think. They may not attack. There we go, so that's the therapy. So I can target your bridge in response. Do I play both of them? I think I can get away with it, right? They don't get a zombie token. Oh, now they activate Bazaar of Baghdad. Okay. They don't have a dredger. Good grief. Okay. Can we get away with this? I think so. If I let it resolve and I don't have a Noxious is the thought here. They might still name Noxious. It's the only card that ever matters. But the fact that I've used one, I might get away with it. Ravenous Trap. Yes, I've still got the Noxious. And now I can get rid of that Icarid. On end step. Get rid of that guy. And now I might run headfirst into a Ravenous Trap of my own, but I'm not too stressed about it at the moment. If they've got it, it'll show up now. They don't have it. So in, and then I'm just going to eat a Grizzlebrand, I think. Yeah. And now we'll pick up a Thug. And that should be a solid amount of damage. Another Narc. Yes, please. Their bridge is going to die as well. What is that, like 15? You'll go, homie. Good luck. They can still kill us from here. But we've eaten a bridge. They've only got... Oh, no, they have got dredgers, but they don't have an Icarid, so they have to find Narcs. They can absolutely still kill us from this position. But we're obviously a solid distance ahead. They find one Narcomoeba, but they find a Therapy. They find 2 bridges, but they don't have the Icarid trigger. They've got one more Dredge 4 at least, one more Dredge 5 at least. They've got Poxwalkers, so their Dread returns are online. So yeah, this is it, right? As it can be. And they find the Dragon Lord. So they have got Therapy, me, or Therapy yourself. That will make bridge, Pox. And then you can... I don't know if that's going to be enough creatures though, bro. Oh no, but then you've got Therapy Pox. And if you've got another Therapy in hand, then you're gaming. Let's get rid of the Exile Zone quickly. They do not have a thing in hand. That's fine. Well, they get rid of Stinkweed Imp. I don't think that helps at this stage. So then what? Therapy off Poxwalkers. Target yourself again. That gives you 2 more zombies. And then the Dragon Lord. No, you're a little bit short. But you will have a good blocking force. So it's going to cost you the same 2 zombies to get the Dragon Lord into play. I think they're just dumping their hand for now. Yeah, the thug goes back as well. Maximize all of that later. I don't have a bridge at the moment. But they can only attack for like 12 or something. Maybe 10. I think that's still good though, right? 3 blockers. Take a few in the sky. 1, 2, yeah, so you'd have 4 untapped zombies, an untapped dragon, and a tapped tapped poxwalker in play. Oh, you bought that hollow one. Okay, cool. So you can gain an extra creature doing this. How many other dread returns do you have? I like that a lot. You've got one more dread return, which is this time on the dragon. Is this lethal? Doesn't look it. Block, 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 block. I take 8. I untap and kill you. So you then need to consider holding a few guys at home, right? 2 cards in hand. I don't know what they are, but we know that they're not Ravenous Trap. Opponent stays home, and that's going to hurt. Because I've got 3 Icarids and a Bazaar of Baghdad. So Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp. And then I'll discard all my guys. And then we've got to eat some stuff. So let's eat Thug. Thug. And Imp. I'm going to leave a Thug behind just in case. Then we'll dredge a Stinkweed Imp as well. Got a Thassa's Oracle still in the deck. I hit nothing good though. I hit nothing at all. How many bridges do I hit? Just the one? So this would be my blocking force. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the ground. I've got 6 on the ground, 1 in the sky. So I can't get through. I can't cast spells. Do you have an Icarid? You do. You have 2 Icarids. So what? So I have to just chill out? Is that true? Do I even have attacks? I get 6 zombies from my Icarids. So I can nuke his zombies. But he's not going to make more zombies next turn, right? What's in exile? There's a bridge there. So he's got 1 bridge left. So it's worth attacking. Right? Because I'm going to get my 6 zombies. I've got 2 bridges left in my deck. They've got 1 bridge left in their deck. I get 6 zombies from this, and I nuke your 2 bridges. So then, next turn, you can make 1-for-1 trades on your creatures for zombies. I'll have all of these guys to block. Yeah, I like this attack. Because he's kind of... Opponent's kind of forced... Well, this Dragon Lord is an easy block. But then he's got to trade a zombie for an Icarid. And then maybe take 2 or 3. Yeah, so this block makes sense. You've got 5 zombies, I've got all of this. My Narcs can chump block your Dragon Lord. You're going to get some Icarids in. I need to make sure this all stacks correctly. So, opponent first, right? Opponent, 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 opponent. So all of mine stack. Then their bridges get exiled. So Rip City those. Then I get 6 zombies. Then my bridges get exiled. So my board is thick. And you've only got 1 bridge to replace creatures with. Missing on everything there was a shame. So let's get Mana Drain's thing out. So they found their 1 bridge. They get 2 Icarids in. They found no more targets, but they do have another Poxwalker. And that's the whole list. They've got no spells. They've got no spells. Oh no, hang on. So they've got no spells either. So they go straight to combat. They've got no combat. Wicked. And I've still got my dragon. And I've still got another bridge. Another 2 bridges, sorry. Provided they're in the deck. Which they are. I've only got 1 dread return though, right? No, I've got 2 dread returns. So I'm kind of here on the back of doing nothing other than playing 3 hollow ones. Opponent's got 3 cards in deck and it doesn't look like a good avenue through. These Ichorids will replace themselves later. I haven't got any bridges in my yard, so blocking with zombies is acceptable for this turn. But this triple hollow one really slowed them down. 24 cards, can I get through that? Not quite. Not easily. But my 2 dread returns should get me comfortably in situ, I think, to win next turn. I kind of wish I'd kept my griefs though, just for the additional play in my deck, you know. So Poxwalkers, yeah, I just don't think they can get anywhere. I don't think they can. I think they can sit at home. But at the end of this turn, they've got no bridges. And when we can just wait them out. Or kill them. One or the other. Okay, opponent does concede in that spot. Yeah, so they just can't get anywhere. 3 cards for us, 3 cards for them, and then next turn we've got 2 dread returns, 2 more bridges to find, and a Dragon Lord Kolagon, so we can just turn everything in and triple Ichorid, yeah. They're going to die next turn, and our bridges came out at the right times versus theirs. Okay, round 2. We're up against CRK, and we've got a powder to start with. So it's going to be some Raker Shops variant. We've lost a lot of bridge from belows, but they're kind of dead against the Raker anyway. They're so dead that I might even use this one to grief with. Opponent keeps 7. Workshop. Vexing Bauble, so guess I won't. Plays a top. Okay, so that makes life harder. There is one downside of this deck, is you are a lot worse against Vexing Bauble, I think. You just don't have as much shit to accidentally dump into play. I'm going to go... Oh god, look at that. So I can't put anything into play right now, but I can go Ichorid, Shambling Shell, and then... What? Cabal Therapy? Get the therapy gone. What am I doing? Ichorid, Shambling Shell. Maybe it's just grief. Because then I've definitely got food if the opponent strips mines me. And then I've got my second Bazaar to crunch with. But, so what's going to happen here? We just need opponent just to have a kind of weak fucking hand, you know? Like, Talon Gates is fine. But we need them to not kill me this turn and not kill me next turn, and I need to kill them the following turn. This is 4 mana. This makes a 1 ring, that's fine. I don't care about the 1 ring right now. I will care about the 1 ring from next turn onwards. Sure, I miss out on 3 points of damage, but I'm going to get so far through my deck here that it should be good. At least to present solid threats, or not. So, Shambling Shell, Poxwalkers, Cabal Therapy. I will bring in the Narc. I will bring in the Ichorid off of that grief that we discarded last turn. We get a Dredge 3 and a Prayer. We hit another Shell. So let's dredge that. And then dredge the grave troll. Nice. Okay, so we're all set up for dredges now. So let's go bridge from below, Icarid, grave troll. And then I've got one Poxwalker. Attacking doesn't do anything, so it's just therapy. Doesn't matter. I've got to target myself though. Therapy off of Narcomoeba. Get a Poxwalker and a bridge. And then what does Dread Return do? Makes 2 zombies and a Poxwalker. Which I guess is good. So we'll Dread Return and Narcomoeba. Trade these guys off. We just want to be as wide as possible for as quick as possible. Maybe that wasn't actually good. Opponent's going to have free range to do whatever they want this turn. So that's a Wandering activation to draw 2 cards. And I'm not going to kill them fast enough with this Vexing Bauble in play, and opponent's not going to run out of cards, so they're going to need to cycle that Bauble. Unless their hand is just like 5 Mox and a Lotus and a Mana Crypt or whatever, but it doesn't look like that's the case. That's a Mana Vault. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be too slow in the face of this Vexing Bauble. Like, I've got everything there to win with, but I'm just not going to win with the Bauble in play. So yeah, that's just a fact. And whenever opponent plays a Raker, they're then 1 Bauble away from killing me, and I lose my bridges whenever they feel like it. So there's the Raker. So my bridges are now irrelevant. They tap the Talon Gate to have a look with the top to see if they can find the other top. They like what they see. And they play a Grim Monolith. That makes a token. They tap and sack to create a Mystic Forge, and that kills me because there's a top on top of their deck. So the combo here is they play the top from the top, they get the token, they put the top on top, they sack the token, and I die. So that's cool. Vexing Bauble really dominated that game, so I win last turn if they didn't have the Vexing Bauble right. I can Dread Return the Grizzlebrand, win. So that was a very good Vexing Bauble game. I don't know what I'm interested in at my sideboard, because you've got, other than the Ravenous traps, right, everything here is arguably playable. Like, you don't want those. But all of these cards have got text. I'm going to drop Dragon Lord because of the presence of the ring, and I'm going to drop a Thug. The bridges are weak, so I think I can actually get rid of one of those. And then I've got Grizzlebrand, Dread 2, 3 Dread Returns. I'm going to come off a couple of Noxious. The Misstep's really good against their tops, and I think I've just got to bring in Vigors, and then I can just get my Thug back. Ignore the traps and the shoals. Just cope. I don't think I can come completely off of bridges because they're so integral to me getting anywhere. But that Vexing Bauble was everything for our opponent there. Okay, so this is a mulligan. I wish it was a powder. And what we've got here, quite a quick therapy if I want one. Also, my scary card post board, Grafting's Cage. So I might just nuke that straight into play. Bridge Therapy Pox, Hollow One, Cage, 5 power. That seems really good. It means I don't have a Dredger for round 2. Turn 2. But maybe that's acceptable. Maybe that's something we can play with. So we'll keep this. We'll send Thoracle to the bottom, and maybe this time I'll remember she's there. I've got Griefs as well, which might also appear here. No. Okay, but 2 Bazaars. So I am going to do exactly what I said. I now don't need to name Grafdigger's Cage. What do I name then if I'm not naming Grafdigger's Cage? Lodestone Golem? Pithing Needle? Vexing Bauble? I guess Vexing Bauble is the scariest thing they can have. So if I'm not naming Vexing Bauble, then I guess I still have to name Grafdigger's Cage? Okay. I'm going to name Grafdigger's Cage because I think that's far more likely. I don't know how you spell Grafdigger's Cage, but let's just go take that. They've got Needle Top, Traitor's Lotus. That is a turn 2 Wormcoil Engine. I've got 2 Bazaar Baghdad's. I'm going to nuke that Needle. City of Traitors, Needle and Top, I presume. There's a Pithing Needle. There's a Lotus. What do they draw that makes 4 mana? Oh, they're just going to play the Patchwork on the way through, which means this Wormcoil we don't have to worry about quite as much. It's a Patchwork. I cannot target the Patchwork, otherwise it gets countered. Then they play the top, and they can take a look with the top as well, with this 1 mana floating. Do I want to cycle through the top or not really? Okay. I'm going to just nuke both of these two. I don't care if they cycle the bauble. The top, sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Your needle's dead. We take a draw. We find a Stinkweed Imp. So we'll play Bazaar. We'll activate Bazaar. We'd like to hit another therapy today. That's a grief. That's not quite a therapy. So let's dredge again. So therapy or dread return. Something like that. Hit nothing. Okay. I hit 2 Narcs though, so it's not the end of the world. And then I'll just attack for 5. I'm not too fussed about my creatures. They have got good outs of coming back next turn, although not perfect outs. And we are still attacking our opponent. So even if they cage me next turn, then if they cage me, then what? Okay, so trading with the Poxwalker, which means I'm going to have 6 power in play. My bridge is going to die, and then if they cage me, and I've got 6 power in play. And that's going to have to convert against this Wormcoil Engine, which seems impossible. They found a workshop, they found a monolith, they find a Wormcoil Engine. But I should be able to beat Wormcoil Engine if they've not got anything else to do. Perfect. Okay. So if they've got nothing, then I should win here. This should be something we can go around. So imp, imp, imp. I hit no creatures to dread return. I hit a Narcomoeba. Let's dredge 5 again. None of these are killing glows. So let's go to combat. Well, that's therapy you. What do I know? I know you got Talon Gates plus Sensei's top. Okay. Sensei's Divining top. And Talon Gates. Okay. Do I want to Dread Return anything? Can't take your land. How many Dread Returns have I got here? They've conceded. Okay. We didn't hit any of our instant kill cards, but we you know, we can hit them. On the draw, I want these. And I think I can come off the Chalice on the draw. I think I can come off a Dread Return this configuration. I don't like that, though. I want 3 in my deck. But maybe I just have to. And then one more card to cut. Just a therapy or a probe? You know, probe. Probe can go. So questionable green count, but some mind break traps for the draw. Immediate powder hand. Powder hand. Mulligan. And a keep. Send back this guy. Say Donzito. So we have got the Vigor. They've got a Workshop. Grim Monolith. Taps the Monolith. Makes a Tezzeret. Tezzeret can tutor for something annoying. Oh, it can tutor for a Vexing Bauble. Oh, you motherfucker. I guess I just kill this then. And that's mainly Dredger. That's fine, I still kill it because they can untap it with Tezzeret next turn. Okay, so that's a shame. That's a real shame because I also mess on Dredgers. I can't resolve any of my creatures. So it's just a grief, therapy, grief. Vexing Bauble's horrific. We've got to hope that that Monolith was a really integral part of their mana structure, otherwise we're just going to die. Yeah, second land I can't beat. Second land I just can't beat. Into Soul Guide Lantern. I think we really saw the power of the Vexing Bauble against us today in this match. Like, I'm just so cold against it because this is going to be Vexing Bauble, Soul Guide, and Grafdigger's Cage all stacked up, and a Needle. Sure, okay, good games. We can't contend with that, and like that, you've got to appreciate where our opponent played well, right? That Tezzeret, get Vexing Bauble, prepare me for the rest of the game where he's going to play 3 hate pieces this turn is great stuff. So congratulations, CRK, you win again. Let's go to game 3. Okay, so Combo Dredge round 3, and we're up against Miharu. So what a league we're having. The who's who. We're just going to exile everything in our deck quickly. So we'll go to 6. And now we'll powder away. What do we get rid of? Because I know I've lost 2 griefs already, and that's like all of my quick interaction. Is there anything here that gives stuff away? The Poxwalker is a bit of a tell. So let's powder this. Let's get rid of grief. And at least we have not many good dredgers. Oh well. We'll find others, I'm sure. Okay, down to 5. Down to 4. Okay, that's pretty shit. Exile half your deck and still don't find it. It's rough. Well, maybe not half, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So we're going to 4. And now we've just got 2 of the fuckers. So we can just do Thoracle, Grizzle, Noxious back. We'll keep this. Thoracle. Let's do this properly. Or maybe Thoracle is properly, actually, because then there's 2 cards underneath it, right? Let's say done. Miharu hasn't revealed a Lurus. Have they audibled onto some sort of... They've got priority, so maybe they're on mono white. Oh, I don't have my chat loaded. Oh well. So let's Or maybe they're just thinking about what they keep, or they're just trying to put my deck together. Bridge and Poxwalkers are annoying to exile because it gives away what I'm doing. If you ignore the Bridge and Poxwalkers from this list, right, then they have to play around a bunch of shit. Oh, they don't. I'm on 4 cards, but hey ho. Right, so we can do a cheeky up and down here and cast a hollow one. They're on 4 cards. What did they go to? Are they on dredge? Is this another mirror? Why are they on 4? Oopsal spells? Landmark's Oath? Forbidden Orchard. Landmark's Oath. Okay. That's cool though. I powder and then they go and find something that kills quickly. No, they don't. I dredge a shell. Let's attack for 4, I guess. It's gonna be flash. They got a hate piece in there. So no flash. So maybe it's just show and tell. And I'm gonna do this once I've judged myself to death. I don't think they can have main deck hate, can they? What can they have? Ancestral Recall? Is that the best thing they can have? I've got so many therapies, man. Just give me some bridges. They've got 3 cards in hand. Right, so we've got to do some thinking. Our opponent is just going to die. I don't have a Grizzlebrand here. I do have a Dragonlord Kolagon, so maybe I'm stupid. That's probably true anyway. I don't know why I attacked first. Holy hell. Right, so let's therapy you off of this Narcomoeba. I didn't hit a Dread Return anyway. But, oh no, I did. Okay, yeah, I'm just done. So, right, so what's the worst thing they can do here, right? They might counter it. Oh yeah, they're going to Flusterstorm me. Okay. Oh, Vampiric Tutor, right. Vamp is a struggle. What do you vamp for here? Just show and tell? Gaia's Blessing? Some main deck hate? Oh, I've really fucked this up. Well, let's take their Flusterstorm then. No, I can get the Flusterstorm next time. Let's take something that they can sandbag. The only thing they can sandbag is Ancestral, right? Please don't watch this vintage player struggle to spell Ancestral too much. Let's not focus on that. I never play it. It's rubbish. It's costly mana. How am I supposed to cast it? Alright, Ancestral, Force of Will, sure. So let's Force of Will you. What are they? They're just dead, right? They can't ever survive this. Unless they've got a main deck Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Force of Will, sure. Done. What can I do that's relevant? Not a lot out of here. I could just put a dragon into play. 12, 13. I can't just lose though, right, if I do that. What do I lose? I lose 5, I gain 1. So that's actually lethal next turn. Let's all ignore the fact that we're post-combat here. I want you guys to not mention that in the comments. My guys have haste. You'll go. And that's 14 on board. They're on 14. I draw and play Ancestral. And then go land, time walk, Lotus Oath. And we die. That's not true, sorry. So the Ancestral into Brainstorm. But they are up against it here. Dead on board. Probably should have died last turn themselves anyway. Never mind. Whoopsie. So, Oath of Druids. What do we want to play against? Let's just go. Do we want the Vigors? Yeah, because I think they're ley lining. I think they lay Lizzle. We can get rid of the Chalice on the draw. We can get rid of a Thug. Get rid of a Therapy. And we'll trim one of the good cards, I guess. The Grief? No. Bridge? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Okay, game 2 against Mihari. We're going to powder away 2 Pox, 2 Shell, 2 Hollow. Okay, so we're going to powder this away. Doesn't matter too much about the hollow ones and stuff. Leaving the main thing that we're looking for is the ability to put a card. Let's just keep a dredger in the deck. We just having a functional deck is the main battle game too. We'll put back Narc, Therapy, and say done. We've got through the ley line initially. It's a Polluted Delta, Mock Sapphire. They don't play an Oath of Druids. So we're going to go Bizarre Thug, activate. By that I mean Bizarre Grief, activate. Doesn't look like the opponent has got a Oath, sorry mum. But they can still have a show and tell, they can still have a flash in this spot. Opponent thinking whether they want this to resolve or not. The reason I've led on Grief is if they show us a hand that is really good at deploying an Oath of Druids, then I'm not locked into playing this hollow one, right? I don't have to. And I want to see their hand, then I'll activate Bazaar of Baghdad if I want a bridge in my yard. Show and tell Flusterstorm DT. Brainstorm. So let's take DT then. And I think that's an acceptable time for us to do this. That will die. We didn't hit the bridge. They don't have the DT. We can cast Hollow One. Our opponent is going to brainstorm in response. I'm not going to top their DT in response though. Oh, maybe I should have topped my Narcomoeba in response. That was smart. That was smart, wasn't it? But we are one of those decks that can win through the Oath of Druids. We have got the capability of doing that. Or through the Atraxa, I mean. So if they find Atraxa off of this, if they find Atraxa, that doesn't mean the game's over. We are behind, but it doesn't mean the game's over. Miharu on Oath again is cool though. That's something you do want to see. None of this Lurus nonsense. Just play the good cards, you know? That's what I do. Okay, Brainstorm's resolved. Hollow One's resolved. Let's see what our opponent likes to do. See if they found some hate. They don't want to fetch. They like their top card. Well, that's not great for the home team. That's a tropical island. Which we knew about. And now they fetch. And now it looks like it could be like a show and tell type thing. Underground Sea. Shows in an Atraxa. Yeah, they do have the Atraxa. I am going to go now on my Narcomoeba, I think. Although, that's pretty bad, actually. That's pretty bad. Show me what you're working with. Mana Crypt, Ravenous Trap. Okay. Ravenous Trap's going to kill me pretty badly. Ravenous Trap. Crypt Lotus. Oath of Druids. Stock up. So wait, so they get to go Lotus, stock up, trap, oath, see, Besage in my land. Okay. That's pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh dear. That's not good. Oh, they've got the Besage straight up. Okay. No. And then they play an oath. And they've probably got a trap in hand. I don't know where my chat is though. I will dredge 5. I don't like how I played that at all. Cool. Let's concede there. Do I even want the Vigors? They're on traps. I could just play real cards instead of the Vigors. Chalice again. Maybe I'll just go main deck. I'm going to try that. This might be insane. But if they're on traps, not on ley lines, then I can use my therapies and griefs to find their traps. Maybe. We'll see. I like it. I like the idea, but if they play a ley line here, I am going to cry. So we lose 2 bridges, which is a shame. And then we lose... I don't know if I want to lose Grizzlebrand at all. But Grizzlebrand's going to be the bottom card of my deck if I hit. I'm going to hide the Grizzlebrand anyway. So Grizzlebrand is my bottom card. We will keep this hand. Opponent's on 7. Let's discard the cards that need to be discarded. Let's cast a hollow one. Which they might fight. Cast a chalice. And I'm going to pass here. I'm going to slow dredge my shell next turn. That will turn on the Ravenous Trap, but it will protect my dredge engine. Misty Rainforest. Now I've turned on Flusterstorm as well. Maybe it was better just to make a 2-2 last turn. This is a Narcomoeba and my therapy goes. That would be sad. Ooh, what is this? Fetching. Gets a trop. Ancestral Self. I get this. I still therapy you for a bridge token. I still name Ravenous Trap. They've got Force of Will. Let's activate Bazaar. Discard the 3 cards, I guess. Attack for 4. Opponent falls to 14. Next turn I hit them for what? 9. If they've got an oath and I die. They Force of Willed my therapy that mean they're waiting for something more interesting to happen? Their trap's not on right now. Their Mox and their Lotuses are bad. I am going to eat that Dragon Lord prior to doing anything with my Bazaar. I think... I mean, if they don't have the trap, I think we're in a good spot. We're just playing a bit slowly. But they are going to die before they can trigger an Oath if they don't have it this turn, and then they could have a show and tell next turn, like organically. So maybe that's supposed to be the therapy target next, like in our turn 3. If they don't have something here. Yeah, interesting spot. So maybe I'm supposed to ignore Ravenous Trap from the next turn and aim more at ways they win and progress the game. Opponent having a good ponder or chat with their chat, you know. They've got 8 cards, so that's so many. Ancient Tomb's a massive problem. Ancient Tomb into Show and Tell. I'll put my Narcomoeba in. They do have the Atraxa. They missed on Ravenous Trap. That was awful. Good grief. Maybe I can't eat Dragon Lord then. Oh, but then putting in my Narcomoeba is awful because now I can't hold a Shambling Shell to refuel with. I've only got 2 bridges left, 1 bridge left. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was a really, really bad Oath of Druids. It'll show and tell trigger. Opponent goes up to 10 cards in hand. Then passes. Goes to clean up. There's a very good chance they're already rolled up, or they had Ancestral Show, Ancient Tomb, Trop sort of thing, something like that. That is pretty hideous. Mox Sapphire, Oath to stock up, so they're happy with what they've got. Can I ever eat Dragonlord Kolagon here? Am I supposed to push and pray, or am I supposed to just look at the top 3 and see if one of them's a therapy? I guess I push and pray. Because that was not the expected outcome. If they trap me here, I lose. They don't have a trap. That's super interesting. I missed though. Dread Return. Kolagon. Off of these 3. Get Pox, and some zombies. And if this gets forced, I've got Dread Return on Kolagon. We will just run this back if they have more. If they have interaction. I don't know if they took this Force of Will. I have got another Dread Return to go around though. I think sacking the hollow one's good as well, isn't it? I get 2 zombies back, which means it's just 2 of the hollow one damage that they can't defend against. So they force pitching Fluster. We go again. Exact same cycle. And we win the match, going around that life-linking Atraxa. 2 Dread Returns on a Dragon Lord. That was cool. Okay. I think I didn't play very well. Ancient Tomb and Show and Tell wasn't something that I considered whatsoever, I'm not going to lie. And I just left myself in that position where I had to just activate my Bazaar and cross my fingers. Which, to be fair, you know, we do a lot. But it's nicer when you know exactly what's happening. Okay, so we're up against Death from Above here, who I think's been on a lot of Breach recently. Yeah. We're on the play, though. They've got Allurus, so I think they are on Breach. Let's keep this. I would love a Grief off the top of this Bazaar activation. Keep. Okay, so I do activate. They're on 6. No good news. But let's just go Stinkweed Imp, Icarid, and see if we can dump next turn. I think they have one main deck, Soul Guide Lantern. Some Mox Sapphire. They might just have a quick kill as well. It's a Brainstorm. Sapphire into Brainstorm. I just got post as well today, guys. I got 4 Ravnica Thugs. I got 4 EMA Therapies. They've got a Mox Emerald, which is a bit more than I spent, to be honest with you. Oh god, look at all this power, bro. Chill out. Okay, so they've got some power, and that's that. They are locked on their Brainstorm. I've got 2 Icarids. Let's just see if we can kill them. Stinkweed Imp. Oh yeah, Stinkweed Imp. And then let's get rid of... So I've already got a Dread Return, so let's get rid of Therapy, Bridge, Stinkweed Imp. We'll pick up an Icarid. It'll show me what I'm allowed to pick up in a moment. So let's go Golgari Thug. It might be Stinkweed Imp, actually. Let's dredge a Grave Troll. Thassa's Oracle, Thug. I'm holding the fucking Dragon Lord. So what, I can Therapy you for Force of Will. Get a token, get 2 Poxwalkers. Yeah, I think that's really good. Therapy you. Okay. They force it. Okay. I get 2 Poxwalkers and a bridge token. I can Therapy me. Sacrificing a Poxwalker. Get a token. And I'm going to name Dragon Lord Kolagon. And now I'm going to Dread Return the Dragon Lord off of Poxwalker. zombie token. This isn't lethal, but it's pretty cool. Opponent concedes anyway. 5, 9, 15. Hasty tapped Poxwalker. I think I just want these. Thug, Bridge, Pox, Revival, Thug. Something like this. I haven't quite decided how I like sideboarding yet. I really like the Poxwalkers. I really like it. And I'm not sure how many I'm supposed to play, you know? Talking of Poxwalkers, I got a number of those in the post today. Let's have a look. Oh, look at this hand. It's not great on the draw, but it's playable. I got 0 Poxwalkers in the post today. Okay. I'm gonna keep 7. I've got 3 cards to play on turn 1, and a Bizarre Baghdad. Infinite cards. Opponent's got something pretty quick and devastating by the looks of things. Is it just a Needle? Soul Ring? Okay. Don't tap it, bro. Soul Guide's fine. Yeah, your Delta's gone. Don't use that mana. Don't use that mana. Good man. Good man. Well done. Well done. Round of applause. Round of applause. So, let's just lead on a chalice like this, I think. You do force. Pitching Brainstorm. Now we can activate Bazaar. Let's get rid of Icarid. Icarid. Icarid? Now we'll grief a Thug. Okay, and you've got Time Walk Gifts Ungiven. Let's take the Gifts Ungiven then. Cast Hollow One. And now they kind of have to use the Soul Guide Lantern, so otherwise I'm just going to pick up 2 Icarids and attack for 10. They draw an Academy, that's not fun. It'd be cool if you didn't do that. They draw Time Walk, they play Lurrus. The thing with Lurrus is that there's so many manas away from it, so they've got 1 card in hand. I think they're priced into using this Soul Guide, and I get to activate Upkeep and Dredge 5 anyway. They can't just sit there and take 10, you know? So they draw for their upkeep after walking. Let's see how runner they've gone. They've drawn an Academy so far. And I think my opponent knows what my plays are here. They know, I think they can piece together my hand. That's a Mox Emerald. That's not going to cast a Lurrus. So we're just going to go to our upkeep and pass priority. Okay. And then you just have to nuke that. You can't. Oh, no, they can. Okay. Eat a Grief. Okay. Eat an Icarid. Okay. Activate Bazaar. Draw step. Pick up a Stinkweed Imp. Get a Narcomoeba. Is that going to get you? Is that going to get you? Now you go for it. Okay. So in for 10. In for 10. Grief your Lurrus. Thanks for joining. If they had, so interesting thing here, I kind of just flicked through that holding Grief. I think if they had 1 pip towards Lurrus, I might keep the Misstep, I'm not sure. No, I wouldn't. I'd still take the Grief, because I know that their hand is as Lurrus as the Dream Den, right? So no. Ignore me, but not too much. Take your Lurus. So opponent needs 2 top decker gifts ungiven, right? That's the game here. My Ichorids are dead. I'm going to flick upkeep to find another black creature and then they'll die. See what you draw. Red, blue. If that's a fucking breach, I'm going to lose my mind. 6 mana. Underworld breach, gifts ungiven, I die. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Although actually, no, that's not true, right? Is that true? Yeah, it is true, isn't it? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. They were so dead. It was so dead. The game was over. I was already talking about the next match. So, is there any way I can get out of this? You get freeze. You get freeze Lotus, and I just can't ever. Freeze Lotus Sapphire Petal. That's a cool power. Well, let's get rid of these 2 then. And then you win. Yeah, cool. Fine. Good game. That was quite a draw. Like, that was quite a good card draw for their turn, I think. In my opinion, that was up there. On the draw, I mean, their deck's not particularly proactive, right? So it's much more of a control deck. So maybe I'm supposed to just chill and let them have not mind break trap. I like the Chalice. Maybe if I'd sequenced turn 1 differently, they can't win that game. But we did have that pretty well under control. Bizarre, Vigors. I'll keep this. I don't have a Grief. I'm on the play, so I don't even need a Grief. So okay, Bizarre, activate. Let's go Ichorid, Imp, Shell, and then pass the turn. And see if we can Vigor something. So Mox Emerald. Cycles Alorian revealed. Plays an Underground Sea. Okay. I'm going to go over the top of this. I'm not too stressed about the idea of a Ravenous Trap. I find everything that's good about the world. Ichorid's going to eat a Grief here. I'd really like to draw a Therapy. I could try and draw a Bazaar of Baghdad and see what they say about that. So what if I Noxious Bazaar? I quite like that. Let's go for Noxious Bazaar of Baghdad. They've got a misstep. So now I can just draw a Grave Troll. I'm still on Vigor. Hit 2 Narcomoebas, 2 Therapies. Right, and what are we scared of from them? What can they have that's good? Just Yixlid Jailer? It's one of those things, because they do have a really... I've got Grief in there as well. I've got no bridges, though. Or Poxwalkers. So I'm going to 3 them. Caca. And I'm going to start sacrificing Narcomoebas. Well, I should sacrifice an Ichorid because I've got no bridges. So let's get rid of this. Let's target you. I'm going to name Yixlid Jailer because that's all I can think of at the moment. Like, you don't get the C otherwise, right? Yixlid Jailer, Vamp, Brainstorm, Breach. Okay. now let's therapy you. Hang on. What have you got? Brainstorm. Okay, so you can brainstorm in response, or you can vamp in response. So maybe I should dread return of grief. And I've also got therapy once this grief resolves, after their brainstorm resolves. So they vamp. They vamp instead of brainstorm, which means I get to grief a breach and I get to therapy a brainstorm. And then we start again next turn. Or they're just going to get Soul Guide Lantern and nuke me. But I'm holding... Oh, they can just get another Jailer. That's really annoying. So maybe I just get nothing then. I just beat them with... So maybe I just beat them with this grief. They're at 13. They played Volcanic and a Nihil Spellbomb, sure. That doesn't do anything. So Nihil Spellbomb and Brainstorm in hand. Okay, I'm really happy about Nihil. Okay, they're going now. Cool. Cool. Fine by me. So we know they're holding Brainstorm. We can flick this. And we can get rid of our cards. We can dredge a Grave Troll. Hit nothing. That's okay. I can get a Bazaar next turn, but I don't know if I need a Bazaar next turn. I'm doing pretty well. For gasoline. I think I'm doing pretty well for gasoline. Triple Narc's gone and I've got no Icarids. Okay, so I'm not doing fantastic on other things to do. I can get some more bridges though, right? It's 3 and 26. So we know this is gone, we know this is gone, we know this is gone, we know this is gone. They've got this one. They don't have this, they don't have this. They buy Lurus. They play Lotus. We're going to shuffle away the Spell Bomb. They will get a Jailer next turn. They've got a Brainstorm now if they want it. They've got a Lotus now. Okay. I think you Brainstorm though, right? Yeah. So we get the Spell Bomb, which was their play here, into Merchant Scroll, into Ancestral. Can we relax? Can we just relax? And then Ancestral themselves, because they're just selfish and they don't care about me. Okay, so we've got to get somewhere this turn pretty dramatically. Cool, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy with that as a game plan. Let's dredge a thug. Dredge a thug. Find a therapy. Get a Narcomoeba. Say yes to the home team. Dredge a Grave Troll. Hit Thassa's Oracle and a Grizzlebrand. And do I have a Dread Return? I don't have the creatures for this. I don't have the bridges for this. I do. I've got a Poxwalker. So let's just therapy you off of Narcomoeba. Do I even have enough dredge returns. 1, 2, 3. No, so I'm just getting a Grizzlebrand into play. So maybe I'm just supposed to shred them. What do we name then? Gifts? Breach? Oh god, they've got Lurus in play. I've got the Vigor in hand though. So I can 3 you, get a Grief back, and 2 zombies. How many Noxious do I have in my deck? I've got 1, 2. I'm going to name Force of Will. Force of Will, dress down, stock up. Force of Will, dress down, stock up. Set stop here. I don't have any more Dread returns, right? This is my exile zone. There's a Dread return here above the Cataxian Probe, and there's a Dread return here at the beginning, and I only registered 3. You're holding a hand of dress down, stock up. So if I attack for 3, and then Dread return a Grizzlebrand. And that way, how many griefs is that? 1, 2, 3. I think I've done one over here as well. 4, so that's all my griefs. I'm just going to draw cards here, okay? 1 vigor, 2 vigor. We'll play the Chalice. And then pass the turn. Icarid Bridge. So they're going to go for a breach. I didn't draw any of my Noxious Revival. I've got 2 Noxious in 5. No, I've got 2 Noxious in the board, haven't I? Yeah, so I was just digging for a card that's on my sideboard. Classic me. Opponent's going to go for an Underworld Breach. So maybe paying 7 was horrendous, and I've just decked myself. The Ancestral Me. I vigor these 2 cards. They've got stock up, dress down. Oh, just paid 7 looking to achieve nothing. Are they going to brainstorm in response? Yes. This has been an interesting game. Vigor resolves. This draws me 3 cards. One of them's a misstep. They've got an Ancestral. They've got a Soul Guide Lantern. I don't care about Soul Guide Lantern at all. Yeah, they exile a serum powder. You can bink my yard, but you're dead to the sky, right? Surely. Yeah, good games. That was cool. The get the vigor. There was an argument that I was supposed to try and pick up a shell at some point. I know I spent that whole turn playing around 2 cards there at my side, playing for 2 cards at my sideboard. It's probably a good signal that I've done something wrong. But we got through a lot there. Jailer, Spellbomb. No, that's the other game. Yeah, Jailer, Soul Guide, an attempted breach kill. That was cool. I don't think I'm playing particularly well right now, but we're making it work. Okay, round 5, and we're on the draw against VWX, kind of rounding out our who's who of vintage. It's been quite a cool league. Just mono regs, mono killers the whole time, sort of thing. So we get to keep a 7. We are on the draw. Opponents revealed a Lurus. I think they usually are controlling Lurus, blue, black, Esper, that sort of shit. But this has been a really good league for playing against very good players, if you know what I mean, which I quite like. I don't need to see my sideboard in game 1. I roughly know how my deck's configured. That's a Sapphire, Polluted Delta. So it could just be a turn 1 Bowman here from the opponent. No Frog. Lead on Chalice then. Activate this guy. Opponent fetches. Everyone gasps in surprise at how I got. I just can't believe it. Can't believe it. Deary me. I walked straight into it. Okay, but we're going to get to play a hollow one. We'd like to draw a grief. We don't. So what do we want to do? They can very easily have Wasteland, right? So I want to discard a Shambling Shell because of that. I want to discard a Poxwall because I want to discard a Bridge. I want to discard a Therapy. I think it's better for me to go Shambling Shell, Icarid. Presume we get wasted next turn. Yeah. And then cast this. Because the other problem is that we can't just discard Therapy, Pox, Bridge, and hope to bink something out of their hand. Because if we just then get wasted, I've got no dredgers. At least this way I've got a dredger and my 2 main threats. If they get their main deck Soul Guide, they get their main deck Soul Guide. They've got the Psychic Frog. They've got a Polluted Delta, cool. They've got a Fetch, I'm not in love with that. Underground Sea. Seal of Removal, that's cute. So back to us, we've got 2 Icarid triggers. Shambling Shell, Stinkweed Imp. Bridge from below, another Pox, Grave Troll. So let's go Therapy, Bridge, Pox. Icarid is going to eat Thug. I think Icarid might just chill out in the graveyard, actually. Dredge a Grave Troll. Hit nothing. What do they do? They bounce an Icarid. Sure. It's very funny. They hit Dread Return? No. Maybe I fucked that up. So what do I want to therapy them for? Just Time Twister? I think so. My board swells quite dramatically. Missing on Dread Return's a shame. Let's just name Time Twister because I can't think of anything else. Urza Saga Polluted Delta, so they're just on blanks now. They do get 2 draws this turn. And then I assume I'm fine if I get through this turn. So they jump the frog. They send the frog. They just got a null rod. They just got a Polluted Delta. So they're holding just Urza's Saga at the moment. I take 3. They play the Urza Saga. And they concede the game. Nice. Yeah, they were just... Their hand wasn't very good. So I want a couple of shoals for the jailers. I want a couple of vigors for the needles. I don't need this. I can drop a thug. I can drop a therapy. I can drop a probe. Bridge. And 1 more card. Poxwalker, I guess. I guess it has to be. Okay, so game 2, I have got a vigor and a therapy. Let's see what they can open with, see if it's good. Mox, Sapphire, Wasteland, Time Walk. Okay. Acceptable. Acceptable stuff. 5 cards in hand after that, but missing the land drop. But oh no, I've got to stop in their draw step. That's why I thought that. Pithing Needle, I don't love that. Likelihood of Force of Will, high. Do I punt now or do I go later? Yeah, I think I go now. Let's just go now. I can't hope to top deck a Grief. They had nothing. I don't have a Dredger now. And I won't have a Bazaar for long. I've got 2 Bazaars. Activate this. Dredger, please. Stinkweed Imp. Cabal Therapy? I think so. I'm just trying to keep my graveyard to not be too juicy to some graveyard hate. They didn't have a land last turn, which is exciting. They wasteland me. They have a delta. A C, sorry. So we'll go to their end step and see if they've got Spell Pierce. If they do, then congratulations. They've got a mental misstep that they're paying mana for. That's interesting. So I won't do a crit this turn. I will Stinkweed Imp and miss, but I do hit another Stinkweed Imp and a Grief, so I can therapy them next turn as long as they don't go land Jailer here. Okay, we've drawn well. No Jailer, but possibly a Bowman. Let's eat the Grief. No Bowman. Oh no, they have got a Bowman. They're just thinking about whether they let me get to my main phase. Okay. Sure. That seems fine. I will get Icrid back next turn, but I'm not sure I'm excited about it. I can go through a Poxwalker. Blue. I really needed to win this game. They found a swamp. I really needed to win this game where they had no response to the needle. But the way they've drawn has been pretty tough. So they send 1 guy in. I guess I can't bring back my Icrid this turn with just Poxwalkers. I do hit the Narcomoeba, so that's nice. Now I can therapy you. We've just cast a treasure cruise, so I'm gonna just name like Soul Guide or Yixla Jailer. I'm not sure which. I think I'll name Soul Guide Lantern. Well, they've got days, sure. Now I'm dead for dredges. So we're going to be a moment or two before we get online. They've redeployed the underground sea. Now they found a psychic frog. All 4 bazaars are in my graveyard. Icarid's got no food. Noxious revival. Pass to you. No more upkeep. Noxious a bazaar, I think. I don't want them to have their cards from their frog. They've only got 3 cards in hand. They do have the permission spell though. Oh, they extirpate my bazaars. Holy fuck. Been a while since we saw that one. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, alright, buddy. You got it. Hilarious stuff. Frog takes to the skies. My opponent just cast an extirpate. They tapped their land and played an extirpate. Whew. What a day. They discard a Misty Rainforest. They're good for lands. They draw a card. They're still on 3. And they got an Urza's Saga. So that's probably game. Can I attack? Not really. I guess I have to, though. I got another bowman. Sure, man. You got it. You got it. You got it. Relax. I'm dead already. Good lord. Did you see that? Extirpate. Straight out of Planar Chaos. Holy hell. What do we want? I think I'm happy with my sideboard. I think I have to be happy with this board configuration. I have to be. So we're on the play though. Let's hope we keep a good amount of cards. We'll mulligan to 6 at the very least. Yeah, this is good. I really want to find that grief. I'm going to keep my 6. Bottom my powder. Say done. Opponent resolving their mulligans. My kingdom for a grief. Or a hollow one. One of the 2 would be really nice. Opponent's still going. There are 5 cards. Okay. So we'll play Bazaar. We'll activate. We've got 2 more Bazaars. We'll just dump Dredges and Pox. I've got so many Bazaars, it doesn't matter. Jailer would be a real problem. That's like the nut low scenario for us here. Wasteland's absolutely fine. I've got more of those. Stinkweed Imp misses on Narcomoebas. Shambling Shell. Shambling Shell. Discard. Dragon Lord this time. Stay back to you. And then say yes to the Narcs. And then they've got a tap land. I quite like them having a tap land. I love them having a tap land. Let's get our thing back. Let's activate our Bazaar. This should just be a kill from here. Stinkweed Imp, Stinkweed Imp. Discard some cards. Draw step, Stinkweed Imp. Sorry, that's so small. How many bridges? Exactly 0. Poxwalkers. 1. So I've got to go again. Just run head first into this random trap. Stinkweed Imp. They might have just conceded to that second Bazaar. Because I have lagged out. Yeah, I think they have. Nice. Another 4 and 1. So that's 2 on the bounce for us now. We didn't make loads of controversial changes here. Gataxian Probe instead of a Thug never actually came up. Dragon Lord, well, it actually might have come up in that game where I had game 2 there. I had no dredges, but possibly a Probe in the sideboard or yard. Dragon Lord over Grizzlebrand. There was a time when we played a non-lethal Dragon Lord, and if it was a Grizzlebrand, we probably would have won. I think Grizzlebrand is just the best option. Beats the ring, beats everything. The Probe we didn't really get to see, but if I keep 4-1 leagues, I'm going to struggle not to register this versus the conventional lists. And as I said during the games, I also have started buying cards for this list, so I don't own any of the cards anyway, so I've had to buy quite a few of them. But thanks for watching. That was another Combo Dredge League with Grizzlebrand, Thoracle, and Colagon and Probe. I like it. I don't like the Dragon Lord. I think I'm going back to another Grizzlebrand or another spicy place. Right, anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.